Hey Shailaja,
Hi Shilpa.
I have a question for you. Up for
Yeah.
it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so imagine, growing up, you were given a human at the beginning of your life, and you were asked to take care of this human in the best possible loving way, and to
Mm-hmm.
raise this human in the best human form possible. And guess what?
Okay.
This human is you. What would
Oh,
you do, and how would you take care of this human?
wow. Okay. So this is a very interesting question because when you were telling me that, I have to take care of a human, I was just thinking of a child. And I was like, okay, simple general question and it's doable, it's possible. And then when you told me that this is you yourself, then my brain started thinking that, oh, if it's me myself, how much do I actually take care of myself, right? Um, when you said that this human you have to raise and all, I was thinking of a separate entity, like a being, external, outside. And then when you said that this is you, it's somewhere dawned on me that when it comes to someone external, I was all clear already that, yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And this is how I'm going to put in my, heart and soul and effort and everything into taking care of this human being, to nurture this human being. But when you said that this is you, I actually went blank, right? Because I couldn't think that, oh, this is how I'll nurture myself, this is how I'll take care of myself, this is how I'll raise myself. I actually couldn't think.
That's the problem. It's so easy for us to raise another child. But to
Yeah.
parent ourselves or to take care of our needs is something most of us fail at. And today's podcast, especially, guys, we will be focusing on this very beautiful topic, conscious parenting. So, welcome to our ninth podcast where we'll be talking about conscious parenting in detail.
So Shilpa, um, when I mean, you must have read this somewhere or heard this. When you heard this, what went through you? What were the thoughts that you got?
For the first time when I heard, this topic, conscious parenting, that was about 7 years back. So I thought,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a mother or I don't have a child. So, I should just ignore this topic. But somehow this topic came in front of me every time, and I ended up doing a course from Dr. Shefali, and she's a conscious parenting coach herself. And it gave me
Yeah.
a very different perspective, Shailaja. For us, like you said, it's very easy to think that, I am a parent when I have a child.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the first thought. But if
Yeah.
I don't have a child, I cannot be a parent. But the perspective she gave, it changed everything about my life. And the perspective was that even if you don't have a child, you have an inner child. You have a child within you who crave for that attention, who crave for that love. And all
Right.
the love, all the attention, all the admiration that you wanted as a child from your parents, or today
Hmm.
that you need from your partner, start giving that to your inner child. Start
Right.
loving yourself in a way that you always wanted others to love you. And that changed my perspective that it's about reparenting your own child, reparenting your own self, giving yourself all that you always wanted to hear from your parents, all those
Right.
unmet needs. And now, if I can tell myself, okay, you deserve, you the best, you beautiful, I am with you, that's what I always wanted to hear. And
Right.
trust me, that changed so much about me. Now I'm not depending on my parents or my partner or my friends to give me that love, that care. Of course, at times we do. We are human at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But most days, I tell myself, I'm there for you. You deserve it.
Yeah.
You beautiful, no matter how you look or what people think of you. I love you the way you are. I'm your biggest cheerleaders. So my
Yeah.
dialogues with myself changed. And that's how I started becoming a parent to my own inner child.
Wow, that's wonderful because I think even parenting as a word is more about nurturing and caring, right? And uh, we maybe because of the upbringing or the way we are, we've learned to do that for others,
Hmm.
right? And parenting yourself and parenting your inner child, and yes, the whole concept of inner child is just so interesting. I mean, I've learned so much from you in that space. But parenting your inner child, I think that's something very interesting, something which I think none of us know about it, right? We don't know that this is something that I can do for myself. And somewhere, if I you can correct me if I'm wrong. If somewhere, if I do this for myself, where I am getting that sense of fulfillment, then I don't go and seek this outside. May it be a spouse, may it be my own children,
Hmm.
right? I've always heard that, I couldn't do this, so I want my children to do this. So that whole pressure, it comes on children, right? Okay, my mom couldn't do this, and I should be able to buy a big house or do this or do that. So yeah, I mean, that sense of fulfillment, I think, if you're fulfilled, then you don't seek it outside.
Absolutely. And you very beautifully put that across, Shailaja, that, as a child, as a parent now, if I have a child, let's say, if my needs were unmet, I would put that on my children and we'll burden them that, okay, you have to do this for me. And we tend to make our children responsible, thinking that I own my child. But the matter
Yeah.
of fact is, no one owns no one. Yes, you have given your child birth. Even if you have
Hmm.
a child, you've given that child a birth, but you don't own
It's
that
their
child.
own.
You know,
Yeah.
there's this very beautiful saying which says that, you're not here to teach your child, but you're here to learn from your children. And that's very profound. Because if I teach my children, I will only teach what I know. But if I'm learning from my children, I'll also learn different aspects of life which I'm unaware of.
Yeah. 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 And I mean, I'm not very uh, sure, but I think somewhere this thought of learning from children, like I hang out with a lot of younger crowd because I know I learn a lot from them. And I think somewhere my profession kind of teaches me those things. But when I look at parents these days, it's just um, the set norms that these things have to be done, right? And that's how parents are going about doing it, thinking that they're poor thing. I mean, they're thinking that they're providing everything, but somewhere they're, I think, missing out on the learning part. Like,
Yeah,
what is it that they need to learn, right? And because of how fast the world is today, right? Parents are, I'm doing some, writing some articles and all. Parents are actually fearing, getting that FOMO, like fear of missing out, right? And because of that, they're just getting into the rut and the rat race and somewhere not able to learn what is it that they need to learn in these situations.
absolutely. You're absolutely right, because that's what the scenario is. Because a lot
Yeah.
of us don't understand. And why do we need conscious parenting? A very small thing which I learned in my journey is that, let's take an example of our parents. They were
Hmm.
raised in a certain way by our grandparents, and our
Yeah.
grandparents were raised in a certain way by their grandparents. So
Yeah.
there is a set of rules or belief systems that they follow,
Yeah.
right? This is not something that a girl should not do this or a boy should not do this. Or being a female, I need to be responsible. I need to do this. I do
Yeah.
need to take care of the house. I need to be taking care of people first before my own needs. There are certain belief systems
Yeah.
that every individual carry through our
That has
parenting.
come through generations, actually, if you see.
Absolutely. So same applies for a man and a woman, of course. I'm not saying it's just women oriented, but for man also there's a specific belief system.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
now the belief system which I have carried, my mom might have carried from my grandmother, for example, which might even not have worked from my mother. What is she
Yeah.
doing? She's passing those exact belief system onto me, right?
Yeah.
And if I have a child today, what will I do? I will pass the same belief system on my children, knowing
Yeah.
it hasn't served me. How
Yeah.
how has it impacted my entire life in a wrong way? Still, I'm
Yeah.
passing it to the new generation. But
Yeah.
conscious
Yeah.
parenting on the other side is that, yes, this is the belief system my mom gave me. It did not serve me. Hence, I'm questioning its existence. And
Exactly.
today, I take every possible step to change that belief system into what's meant to be, rather than just following because it's coming from generations to generation. And that's exactly what conscious parenting is. That if I have suffered from something, I will not let that trauma pass to my future generation because it's not serving it anyways. So I'm going to amend that. And that cycle ends at me today.
Right, right. Very true. But I somewhere feel this whole awareness, like I said, the whole awareness is not there. Some people do have, some parents do have that awareness, and they say, you know what, I've learned that, this isn't working for me, and I don't want you to go through it. So let us explore what works best for you,
Hmm.
right? That awareness that is there, that is, I think, some very less. And why do you think that awareness is not there?
I think because again, we all are so rigid with our belief system. I'll give you an example. When I
Yeah.
was a young child, I used to ask my mom, in Hinduism especially, there are a lot of fasting and a lot of pujas
Yeah.
and everything's done. I used to ask my mom specifically, I used to question, ये क्यों कर रहे हो आप? And she would say,
Hmm.
पता नहीं, because पहले से
करना है
चलता आ रहा है. And I
चलता
used to
रहे.
say कि at least know the reason कि आप कर क्यों रहे हो. I'm not saying don't do it. But at least justify reason तो एक होना चाहिए ना. Okay, इसका ये reason है. And hence we are doing it. And hence I want my kids also to do it. But अगर आपके
Yeah.
पास reason ही नहीं है, why do you have to follow something which has been followed for 500 years?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Someone has to question it somewhere when it's not
Yeah.
working. And there is
Yeah.
nothing wrong in questioning. So a lot of people
Yeah.
just blindly do it. And I'm not aware. Let's say my dad, for example, has spoken to me in a certain way as a child growing up, which I didn't appreciate it. Now what's happening?
Hmm.
I am doing the same thing with my children because
Hmm.
I don't see. That's what I have learned from my parents. That's how a father should be. Now I've got all those traits from my father. Now, as a mother, I'm also delivering the same thing to my child because that's what my upbringing has taught me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Knowing it
Yeah.
has made me suffer, but if I pause and if I reflect, no, I didn't like this behavior of my dad. So it has to
Yeah.
stop. Now I can't
Yeah.
pass this behavior to my children. So it has to
Yeah.
stop here. That's when
Yeah.
I become more conscious, more aware. And that applies when we have children or also when we have to nurture our own inner child. Because there are certain aspects of our life with respect to our parents, with respect to our families and teachers, and so many people in our life that we just don't
Hmm.
like. But what really
Yeah.
happens? We hate them at so many instances, our own parents, our teachers, our family members, our siblings, our partners, we hate them. But if we reparent that thing and we tell ourselves, okay, Shailaja, if your mom tells you, Shailaja, you don't deserve this, or you suck
Hmm.
at this, what is happening? The younger Shailaja will start believing at that thing as
That.
a
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah.
But today, if the younger adult version of Shailaja feels, no, I can do it, irrespective of what my mom told me, I can still do it. That's when you
Yeah.
are reparenting yourself. That's when your confidence goes to next level.
So Shilpa, if we look at it from this point of view of the whole belief system, um, it's been so many years that you've been nurtured in a particular way.
Of
So
course,
imagine the number of belief systems that one person carries
will be
over these years. I
infinite.
mean, in psychology, we call it conditioned, right? Because you're conditioned in the system, but it's just a belief system.
Of course,
And today, what you are is a culmination of the beliefs that you have been carrying over these years,
100%.
right? If that awareness had come at an earlier stage,
Hmm.
you would be a different person today. You maybe you would have achieved whatever it is that you wanted to achieve at a younger age. We don't know, right?
Of course.
So that's why I think the whole parenting of the inner child is very important. It the more you work, again, I think it all comes back to the more you work on yourself, the more you work on yourself, right? The more
Absolutely.
you work on yourself, the easier it is for you to nurture the people around you.
100%. Because you have that fulfillment. Remember, I asked you this question in the very beginning. Imagine you were given this human to take care of at the end
Yeah,
throughout your
yeah,
life. So
yeah.
it's your responsibility, Shailaja. It's our responsibility to love that child. If
Yeah.
we have a child outside of us, we love our child irrespective of how the
Oh yeah, yes,
color,
100%.
how the child looks like, what he does, what she does. We just love that child because that's our child. But we don't
Yeah,
think that for ourselves. We are not gentle to ourselves. If somebody says something, we are the first one to tell ourselves, oh, you were bad, you suck, you look a certain way, your height is this much, or your weight is this much, or
yeah,
you're not as beautiful as the model on the cover page of the magazine. So we always put ourselves down, down, and down. What happens?
yeah,
Our self-esteem literally goes out of the window. And
yeah,
then we complain that, oh, I don't feel good about myself. Of course, you won't, because you've heard this over the time, maybe from your friends, your relatives, your teachers. And now that's become your language, your inner
yeah,
dialogue. Now, every time you're looking
Yeah.
at yourself in the mirror, you're like, look at you, you suck, you look so ugly. You're so dark, you're so short in height. That
Yeah.
we talk about our
Yeah.
own flaws.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. And the same thing, put yourself outside, right? And then look at this person as a child and then see whether you will tell this child the same thing or
Yeah.
the human being the same thing.
Yeah.
Like you're fat, you're ugly, you're not good looking, you're not healthy, you look pale, your hair is too short or it's too long or whatever. Would you tell this as a parent figure? Like if you consider yourself as a parent figure, would you ever tell this to the child?
Hmm.
Right? You will not.
Of course.
So why is it that these internal dialogues, right? Why is it that we always put ourselves down?
Hmm.
We always tell ourselves this cannot be done. We always tell ourselves this cannot be achieved, right? One more thing, I think when you mentioned that, there's all these rituals and things like that we do, you can maybe cut your hair only on a certain day, you cannot cut your hair on other days. And so I've also questioned a lot. Like when we have four siblings and we've questioned our parents a lot. So I remember my dad would be like, that's how it's supposed to be done. And then my mom will just, look and she'll be like, no, my children need an answer. So then, she will think about it a little bit and then she'll come up with the scientific reason as
Hmm.
to why this is being done. And she would tell me, even as a child, I had those questions, but I never got the answers in the right way. And then after exploring, I finally found out answers of certain things. So the answers which she had, she would give. The answers which she didn't have, she would say, for now, just follow. Let us explore and let's find out why it's happening.
But that's
So that
beautiful.
was a very conscious.
Absolutely. That's so beautiful because she's breaking that norm. Like you said,
Yeah,
she wanted to
yeah,
get those answers growing up, but she didn't
yeah.
question that time. But now her children has. So now she got to think, okay, I have to now get
Mm.
the answer somehow. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah,
give you
yeah,
another example, Shailaja, from my own life. And, I have a nephew and I see him growing. That's how I see things around. And that's what I observe, how things flow in a pattern, like we said. So, when I was growing up, I remember, so we used to have like daily assembly in school. And every week our teachers used to pick somebody for a carol on the stage or reading the news on the stage. So all those things.
I used to be that one.
So, weekly we used to have that activity. And I
Yeah.
remember when I was picked up for maybe news reading and I used to be
Mm.
part of group carols and all. What do you need as a child? You need that thing where people are saying, okay,
Encouragement.
great, you doing it because you
Yeah,
need
yeah,
courage to do that.
yeah.
And yes, but when I was on the stage, I remember my own group of people, my cousins, my sister who are in the same school, they would make fun of it. Oh, she is doing it, like,
Oh,
like that. Now, what happens as a child? Your confidence goes to ground level because your
mm,
own people are making fun of it.
yeah,
And then when you go back home, your parents are making fun of it. So what is happening? Because they have never done it, so they don't even expect you to be on stage and do such things. Now they're making fun of you in a direct, indirect way. So as a
yeah,
child, what happens? You don't feel like doing it again because you have mocked at the first place.
yeah,
And then your confidence is like this. Next time you're given an opportunity, you'll just back out because I don't want to do it.
yeah.
Now, when I see my nephew, he's just 3. Last year, he was on stage when he was 2 in his play school. And same thing happened with me. He was on stage. Of course, a 2-year-old is too chotu, to just
Yeah.
express.
Too tiny.
So he was on the stage. For me, that was a beautiful feeling that he's at least on the stage. But I saw his parents making fun. Oh, he didn't do. But rest of the kids are doing. He's just standing. And I was like, what the hell, Be patient.
It's a
He's
big
at
thing.
least there on
Yeah,
the stage. Encourage that child. And
yeah,
then I realized it's a pattern which is coming from my parents to my sister to her child. But if you consciously
yeah,
break it, then I made them understand, it's a very big thing. A 2-year-old standing in front of 500 people just on the
yeah,
stage, that needs encouragement, that needs support. That's when
yeah,
you are actually consciously reparenting that child. You're breaking the pattern. And how did I change that thing about myself? And today I don't feel awkward when I stand on stage, despite being mocked by my own family members at a young ages, because I told myself growing up, no, that's okay. That's their perception. That's okay. I deserve it. I know I'm good. I don't care about other people's opinion. Even
Yeah.
if, I'm not the best, I'm learning, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
So these
Yeah.
internal dialogues with myself help me be on stage again.
Yeah.
And that's how
And
you reparent yourself again and again. In the moment of doubt, just tell yourself, yes, I deserve. Yes,
yeah.
I might suck, I might be bad, but I'm learning.
Yeah. So Shilpa, I mean, same situation when I was growing. The situation is the same, but the experience has been different. So
Well,
when I was growing up and I was going on stage, like for because I used to sing, right, and I've gone in competitions and stuff, or when I'm reading the news and things like that. My sister was also in the auditorium, and she would say, "Oh, that's my sister," like very proudly, right? Um, See, when you were sharing this, it just occurred to me that parenting, when it comes to parenting, even the siblings, they play a parent role,
absolutely. Absolutely.
right? Um, if you're conscious enough to parent in the right sense, you are training your other children. Like, if there are siblings, you're actually training them to also be the right kind of parent for the younger child.
Hmm.
Because my family has always been very encouraging right from start, because mom's an educationist and she has a certain way of she's taught so many children, so she
Yeah,
knows how to kind of how to encourage and things like that. So she always inculcated that encouragement in my sisters and my brother, so that they could encourage me, because they were also playing a parent figure. So
true.
they were also being very conscious as to what experience and exposure they should give me. So even when I was in school, my sister would be like, no, you can do it. No, you can do it. And, that's how I used to do a lot of these activities. And at one point, I think even the school teacher once told my mom that, any activity, her Shailaja's hand is always up. And my mom's like, aren't children supposed to be like that? Like, to get to go. But what I'm trying to say is that I just realized that the parenting is not just parents.
Yes.
Parenting spills in all areas. The siblings, the way they the way they encourage, the way they react to
Yeah, in
situations,
short,
the way
every
they
family
support.
member you're attached to, it could
Yeah.
be like I come from a joint family, people I spend
Yeah.
time with, how they look up at you, how they
Yeah. Yeah.
encourage you, or how they discourage you.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
plays an important and a vital role in an individual's life. And
Yeah.
hence, at the end of the day, the best news is, the best part is, whatever we've gone through, we can
Mm.
like literally switch it. Like I
Yeah.
said, no matter how
It can
much
be
your
done.
parents might have discouraged you, or no matter how much you might have sucked at a certain thing,
Yeah.
you literally can backtrack it, and you can literally, love your inner child once again, be that parent, tell them all the good things that you wanted to hear from your mother, from your father,
Yeah.
from your siblings, from your teachers, from your
Yeah.
partner, and be your best version. That's the only
Yeah.
message I would want to give through this episode. If somebody can understand in a very layman language,
Yeah.
just think of yourself as another entity as a child, and give that child that love, because that's your
Yeah.
responsibility. That's not the responsibility of your parent. That's not the responsibility of your husband at this age, but it's your own responsibility to take care of that child every single day.
Yeah, and it's easy. It's not difficult. It's just being consciously aware of the internal dialogues that we have. What are the internal dialogues that we're having? What is it that we're telling it ourselves every day? It's a very simple exercise. Okay, imagine that there is some dialogue that's happening. Imagine that there is a child. What is the response you would give? Would you give this kind of a response to the child, or would you give another kind of response? Trust me, it will always be a positive intention where you try to encourage the child, support the child, right? Or find solutions for the child, and not discourage or demean or belittle or anything like that. Then you take that and put it to yourself. You give that response to your own self and tell your own self that you're completely worth it. This is something that you can do, right? Encourage yourself the way that you would encourage another entity, another being, right? And that's how maybe slowly you can think of all the belief systems that you've had over these years, and then slowly, keep working and working and working. And I think that's like the start to a self work journey. right?
Absolutely. So Shailaja, just let's do a small exercise with you. Just close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay. Just imagine maybe a 3 or a 4 year or a 5 year old Shailaja in front of you. Okay.
Mhm.
And maybe let's imagine her in a way that, she's kind of lost, discouraged, or something might have happened which she's not really happy with.
Okay.
Maybe as a child, even when our parent refused to give us a chocolate or a toy, as a child, we
Mm-hmm.
might feel discouraged. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
just imagine her in one of those forms where she's not feeling her best.
Hmm.
Just imagine, look into her eyes, and just looking into her eyes, just feel her touch, and just go to her and just bend towards her and just speak out loud. What are the words that now, as an adult parent of Shailaja, you yourself would like to tell that little Shailaja?
Hmm. Hey, baby, it's okay. What do you want? You know, just simple words. What do you want? What is it that will make you happy?
Go on. Think of
Um,
more. What is that 5 year old Shailaja would want to hear? Something like, I'm here for you. You're not
I'm
alone.
here for you. I'm
No
here for
matter
you.
no
I love
matter you
you.
make mistakes, I'm still here to support you. Just keep
Yes.
trying.
Yes.
You
Yes.
good, you most beautiful
Yes.
being I've ever seen. I just
Yeah.
love you. You
Yeah.
are your best, you my best and most favorite person. If you
Yeah.
tell these words to her or yourself
Yeah.
as a child, imagine the smile that child will have. That's
Yeah.
all we need. That's the entire
Yeah.
that's the connection we all need as a human at the end of the day.
So when you told me to imagine, I was actually kind of just bending now. I mean, the face was so sad, and I was like, oh my God, it breaks my heart to see the sad face.
Yeah, because
And I was,
when you're sad as a child, all I want to hear is, I'm not alone. I
yeah,
have somebody. I have my parents back.
yeah,
Even if I try and if I suck and even if I fail at something, that's okay.
yeah.
Trying and failing at something is a sign that I am
At
evolving.
least trying. Yeah,
It
growing.
doesn't
See,
define you. It doesn't
yeah,
define you. So if I tell this word to that little Shailaja, imagine and see that smile on her face because now she knows
yeah,
this person is right behind me. Is
yeah.
always encouraging me, supporting me, appreciating me. And that's all we need.
Yeah, I think that support is what I think everyone needs.
Exactly. So it's that easy. Just close your eyes in that moment, connect with that child, and just say all those words of appreciation. And you're right
Yeah,
here, loving yourself back
yeah,
again.
yeah. So I think for every belief, you can always connect back to the child,
Yeah, it's a
think of
small,
that belief,
easy
work
practice.
on it, and then come back.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And
That will be,
how you can see the change happening, like you said, when you saw or imagined that younger version of you, you saw sadness in her eyes.
yeah.
Trust me, when you
Like,
speak
like,
those
I saw these chubby cheeks because I'm still really chubby. I'm like very sad.
And if you speak those words of encouragement, what will you see at the end of it? You will
A
see the
big
eyes
smile, twinkle in
sparkling.
the eye.
You will
Yeah,
see that big smile on her face. That's the
yeah,
change you can make, like the impact that you can make in just less than 5 minutes, which is like
yeah.
damn powerful.
And I think that way we can even change our energy, the way we're
Of
feeling.
course,
Like, if you're feeling
100%.
dull and down, you can always like kind of
100%.
feel good about yourself and
It
great
can
about
be in
yourself.
any moment. Right now, as an adult version of Shailaja, if you're not feeling okay about something all of a sudden, which is very
Mm.
practical with each one of us, throughout the day we go through different
Yeah,
emotions. So
yeah,
the emotion which just switches like this, that's the emotion of an inner child which is not happy or it's triggered by something.
yeah.
So try and get closer to the inner child memory, connect to that inner child, see, look at her into the eyes, give that love and appreciation. And trust me, when you're out of that 5 minute visualization, you'll be,
Mm.
your energy will shift. You'll be happy, you'll be smiling,
Yeah,
and you'll be at a next level.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, very true. Because I think, I mean, I mean, you can't think about how you were when you were a child because I don't think we have the great memory. But even as children, I mean, children are generally so happy all the time, right?
Yeah.
We forgive, forget
And that's the
everything.
best part about
It's like
children,
living into
they move on
present.
so fast. We as an
Yeah, living into
adult hold
present.
on, but children
Yeah,
move so fast after an argument, they'll be like again
yeah,
coming and hugging you, or after
yeah.
a fight or screaming, they'll again come close to you.
Come back
That's how
to
children are.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, nurture the inner child.
Absolutely. So be a parent to your inner child. Consciously raise your children so that they become the best adults and they live the best life possible. That's the message that we would
Yeah.
want to give to each one of you today through this podcast.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Do like, share, and subscribe. And please do tell us if you tried connecting with your inner child, if you tried working on any beliefs that you have, and how was the experience? What were the emotions that you went through? What were the learning? And yeah, do share. Let us know.
Just love yourself, love that human that you were given at the beginning of your life, and take care of that human. Liking might follow with time, but loving is essential. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Shailaja. And we will see you guys next week, same time, with another beautiful podcast. Thank you.